Hello. Hello, friends, and thank you for the like. Good morning. I have 3 people watching, according to the counter, that I doubt heavily. Excuse me. 1 moment. I have to catch my breath. I ran up the stairs, and I'm still 3 minutes late, but that's okay. My kids are fed. Diapers are changed. Catching my breath. Okay, so I have a list of things I want to talk about today. One of them is, if you haven't seen it already, check out my video that I just uploaded. It's only 1.5 minutes long. Hello, Kim Turner. Okay, so we have Danny, Paula, Kim, and Lisa. Welcome. Hello, hello. So, if you don't already know, my name is Teacher Evelyn. I work for VIPKID, and I was just hired for GoGoKid. So I just now opened up time slots for them. And so we'll see how that goes. I was going to talk about balancing schedules between the 2 companies. I'm sorry. My hair just looks like... I was doing a lot of actions with the students, so my hair got a little bit crazy, and then I was just running up the stairs. So anyway, doesn't look perfect, but there we go. 1 moment. I'm catching my breath. I ran up the stairs. So yeah, this is what I wore to class today. This is actually connected. It's little blouse thingy. I'm not one to like buy cardigans and like be stylish and put 2 things together, but when it's already sewn together, then there we go. So yeah, thank you, Danny. So we have 5 people watching. I have a list of things I want to talk about, but if you would go ahead in the chat box, tell me some things, some phrases you would like to learn in Spanish. I'm fluent in Spanish, and I'll teach you some phrases if you want. So 1 second. I apologize. I'm just catching my breath. Okay. All right. So my video that I just posted this morning is one of my classes today didn't book. So I was looking through the portal, browsing, kind of curious to see if my contract's up yet. I mean, my contract to sign is posted yet, which I highly doubted, but I was going to check if my background check went through, and I didn't even end up clicking on that because I found something really cool. So I found where on the VIPKID website you can actually find the actual certificates for your 2 different TESOL, your beginner level and your advanced level TESOL certifications, and it doesn't say VIPKID anywhere on it. It says that it's certified through the TESOL Association and everything. So you can print that off, you can screenshot it, you can use it for other companies. So I thought that was awesome. I knew that a while back VIPKID said that they were partnering with TESOL to get us real certifications, but I had never seen where the actual printable certificate was that's official and everything. So it's just 1.5 minutes, a little bit less. And I posted where exactly you need to click in order to find your certificate that you can print and put in your file or screenshot it. So yeah, I would suggest take a screenshot of it or print it off now. That way, if you ever have too many no-shows and they put you under review, you're not able to get into your account and see those things. So if you were by any chance applying for a different ESL company and you needed your certificate, you might not be able to view that. So I would say get it now just to have it for if you're applying for another company. If anything happens with VIPKID, we like to think nothing will ever happen, but sometimes we oversleep or whatever, and we're allotted six absences for 6 months. And I usually, yeah, like Lisa said, life happens. So I would just have that in your back pocket, either screenshot it or print it. I'm one to talk, I haven't printed it yet. But I'm going to screenshot it and I'm going to save it under my GoGoKid account because I had given them a screenshot of just the little symbols that I had their certificate. I didn't realize I had an actual certificate. I mean, I was hoping I did. I just hadn't seen it. So check out that video so that you can have yours ready to go. Okay, because if your account goes under review, you can't view such things, unfortunately. They like block you from a lot of stuff when you're under review. I have had friends that have gone under review and gotten approved to stay with the company, and I've had one friend who went under review and lost her job. That's one reason why I'm working for GoGoKid. I love VIPKID. I've worked for them for 17 months, but my family, we depend on my paycheck. And if I were to lose, heaven forbid, if I were to lose my job with VIPKID for whatever reason, fill in the blank reason, it would probably be a no-show reason, right? Or if something were to happen with the company, or if, who knows, if they required a teaching certificate or something, I don't know. Who knows? I would need to continue producing a paycheck. So that's why I have GoGoKid as a second job. Real quick, I don't want to talk about this for too long because you guys probably get the idea, but I just wanted to say I'm kind of kicking myself and kind of thinking like, wow, this is such a smart idea. Why didn't I do this a while back, right? When the company first opened, I was very doubtful about what they were doing, and I wanted to be super loyal to VIPKID. But guys, I gotta be loyal to my family, you know, and we're independent contractors. They can't tell us we can't work for another company. You know what I mean? And I think it's really, really smart to work for 2 ESL companies. I'm not even saying you have to sign up for the same companies as me. I'm not even saying you have to sign under my referral code. I'm just saying friend to friend. I think it's smart that I signed up for 2 companies. I have to be careful that I don't double book myself. So I would, for me, consistently keep the same time slots the same all the time or the same days. I was going to do Tuesdays and Thursdays to GoGoKid, but then I realized I'm going to be missing out on money doing that. What I mean is VIPKID has incentives, and I want to get in on those incentives, and those incentives are about the PPT slots. PPT are the 4 main time slots, the 2 hours that we are in demand, our rush hour, if you will. And it's the same rush hour for GoGoKid and for VIPKID. So yeah, Kim Turner said that's why I keep iTutor. Oh, and Danny says, but I didn't make VIPKID's raise because I gave time to both. See, that's another thing I'm doing. So I'll tell you what I'm doing. Basically, I don't want to lose money with VIPKID, and I don't want to miss out on the raise. So this is what I'm doing. I'm doing this. I'm giving VIPKID 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. Monday through Saturday. And I'm going to give GoGoKid 5 a.m. Oops. Monday through Saturday. Yes, that means today I refuse 3 priority booking requests for 5:30 a.m. on different days. That's better for me because when I get a request for a date and time, it doesn't say the day of the week. It doesn't say, oh, this is a Tuesday, this is a Thursday. So I could easily accidentally look at my calendar wrong and click the button to accept it when I'm already booked with the other company. I don't want that to ever happen. I don't want to double book myself. And I also don't want to miss out on the raise. I don't want to miss out on the incentives. But I want to get a 3rd paycheck. I mean, who doesn't want a 3rd paycheck every month, right, guys? So I'm giving them a little bit of time. What I'm doing for now is I'm just opening up that 5 a.m. slot. So you'll notice I have a 30-minute time slot in between. So since I'm new, if this slot doesn't book, I will close it out and sleep in and teach my 6 to 9, and that's fine. If it does book, Then I'll get some experience. I'll have 30 minutes in between so that I can write my feedback, maybe make a short video reading a few pages or a chapter of one of these books that I have here, and then teach my VIPKID classes. I'm only going to work Sundays when it's a part of an incentive. This Sunday, I'm not working. If it was a part of an incentive, I missed it, but that is what it is. So GoGoKid is my backup, Danny said. Yes. And Danny said GoGoKid needs better PPT incentives because most do what you're doing. Yeah. So yeah, GoGoKid is my backup. If VIPKid decides to kick me out for whatever reason, whether it be teacher no-shows or the fact that I have no teacher certification, I have TESOL certification, I have teaching experience, and I have a bachelor's degree, but I don't have like a certified teacher certificate. You know what I mean? I can't teach unless it's like in a private school in America. Okay, all that to say, that's my plan for now for GoGoKid. And then later, as I get used to the rhythm of things, I might give GoGoKid 5 a.m. and 5:30 a.m. I am not looking forward to daylight savings time because when we fall back on our clocks, you either have to get up earlier or miss out on work. So anyway, talked about that. So check it off of my list. I talked about the TESOL certificate. If you missed me talking about that, I have a video about it. I wanted to show you guys my puppet collection and teach you some Spanish phrases. So go ahead, if there's any Spanish phrases you want to learn, write them in the chat box. I'm going to show you real quick my puppet collection. These are the puppets I use, and I'll tell you when I use them. So I'll start with my favorite one. Well, these two are my favorites. Okay, I love my lion puppet. Unfortunately, I can't tell you where I got him from. I don't remember. I got him from a storage box from my mom's basement. I bought him like back in my single years, like when I was in college, which it's really weird talking about back when I was in college. Like it was so long ago, but it actually was. Time is flying, guys. So this is my friend, Lion. His name's Lion because I'm teaching the English language, keeping it simple. So his name's Lion. He's crazy. He scares me all the time, and it makes the kids laugh, and he always helps me sing the alphabet song and get the kids loosened up and excited. This is my dino puppet, you guys. Ever since the first time that I saw the existence of Dino, the dino puppet, when Nancy Taylor, you know, she's like the big VIPKid YouTube lady. She showed that she went to Journey and she got this dino puppet. Ever since then, I wanted one so bad. I saved up my tokens and I got him through the token center, but he hadn't come in the mail yet. Then I went to a Christmas party and someone had written, what are your Thanksgiving wishes? From VIPKid, and I had written, oh, I would love a dino puppet. And I had also done a video contest that was super disappointing because I put a lot of time and effort into making the video, my knee how you doing video. And then I only got like something crazy, like 1 like or 3 likes, something like that. And you needed so many likes, like 300 likes to be entered into a drawing for a dino puppet, something like that. So I was disappointed about that. Then when I went to the Christmas get-together, they surprised me with a dino puppet when I already had one coming in the mail. So what I did was I was like, oh, I felt so loved by the company that they, you know, gave me one for free. So at that same party, my friend Heather Sandlin, who has a YouTube channel, check it out, she won the Dino Santa. And I asked her, she was sitting next to me, I said, this is totally up to you, but if you were given a choice, which would you like more, the Dino Santa or the Dino Puppet? And she said, the dino puppet. And I said, I'll trade you if you want, but I don't want to take something away from you that you don't want. So she traded me, and I was in faith hoping that my dino puppet was on its way in the mail. And then one of the ladies who, there's two main ladies in our city that that plan the events. One of them's name is Kristen. The other one's name is Heather, but it's not Heather Sandlin. Heather Sandlin is one of the organizers for a smaller city 40 minutes away. I've been to one of their meetups. So anyway, Kristen let me know that she thought the dino Santa was so cute. So she was going on vacation for Christmas time on a cruise. And when she came back, it was going to be her birthday in January. And I said, I tell you what, let's go out to lunch in January and I'll give you the dino Santa. That way I got to use dino Santa at Christmas time with my students, and then I gave it to her in January. So I gave it to Kristen. So anyway, that's my long story about the dino puppet. And then I also, when I got the dino puppet, I had enough points for another dino. So I got one at that time, saved him in the package, and now he's going in Amber's care package. So yeah, there's that. Amber had a house fire. So yeah. So this is Teacher Sarah. Nice to meet you, Teacher Sarah. Teacher Sarah, I really wanted one, but they were super expensive online, like something crazy like $65 for bigger versions of this. I found this one at Child Evangelism Fellowship website for $25, which is kind of expensive, but she's a high quality puppet. She's high quality. Surprisingly, I don't use her that often. So that's one thing that maybe I wouldn't get if I could rewind time, but I use her a little bit. And actually, she has nothing VIPKID about her. I could use her for GoGoKid, right? For Mike and Meg. I got Mike and Meg on Amazon. I gave them name tags. I gave Mike a hat. I braided Meg's hair. I sewed the shirt to attach the pants so it doesn't awkwardly come up. I sewed the pants to attach her leg, the dress to attach to her legs so that it doesn't awkwardly come up. These are low quality puppets, but 2 for $25, not bad. And you know, it's hard to tell. Hello, hello. So I use Mike and Meg when it's like, where's Mike? Ready, set, go. I use them for level 1 assessments a lot. And I just got this rabbit puppet from Amazon for like $6. Hello. He looks exactly like our pet rabbit who passed away a year ago. So I got 2 of them for my kids. I thought they would be way more excited than they were. So I was like, you know what? You guys don't care about it. I spent money on this. I'm using it in my class, you know? So yeah, that's my 2 cents about that. Check off the puppet collection. So surprisingly, I use those puppets a lot because I teach mostly lower levels. I love the upper levels. I love variety is what I love. Excuse me. Catching my breath. Okay. All right, guys. So next, I'm going to read the chat box, and then I'm going to talk about Spanish phrases. I also use this a lot in class when talking about, today I used it for roll and bounce. I use it for what activities do you like to do. I also use this bicycle prop a lot. Do you like to ride your bicycle? What color is your bicycle? Do you ride your bike with your family or your friends? Do you like to ride on Saturday? Do you ride your bike to school? So many bad questions. Because in China, every student I've ever asked has a bike. So yeah. Okay, Teacher Kelly, she said she uses basketball and bike a lot. So you'll notice this isn't a real basketball. I was actually at Walmart. I almost bought a real basketball. And then I saw, you guys know I'm cheap. The real basketball was like $3. This one was like $1.50. And it was lighter weight. And I'm actually glad that I have a lighter weight one because it's just a lot more practical. If it were to hit my computer, which it has once or twice, it doesn't like destroy it. I don't know if a heavy one would, but you know, lighter weight is better. Okay. Let me read what you guys are saying. Helen is here. Hello. I have 4 likes and 7 people watching. Thanks, guys. Oh, you like the butterflies? You think my butterflies are gorgeous? Thank you. This is a $5 towel from Walmart. It's in season now, the beach towels, so maybe you could find one. If not, try walmart.com if you want one. This one couldn't tell you because I got it from a thrift store. I also made the Dino butterfly reward, just showing you real quick since you said you like butterflies. So some of my students, they really like this one. I colored them in funny. Excuse me. Okay. All right. You want, okay, so teacher Kelly's saving up for a dino pig. You know what I want to save my tokens up for? A VIPKID sweatshirt, because they have my size. But then I was thinking I could just get like a thrift store sweatshirt, and I have several iron-ons from my, what was I going to say? From Etsy. I think that I'm going to do the raffle. You know how I have a raffle video with comments on it? I'm going to go through maybe tomorrow. Wait, tomorrow is Danny's live. Maybe Saturday. Or maybe we'll see. Maybe I'll just do it on Tuesday. So if you haven't commented yet on the raffle video, check it out, comment on it so you can be entered into the raffle. Because I'm going to be drawing names soon. And I decided I'm going to do some of the, like, I have some iron-on VIPKID logos, and I have some props and things. So I'm going to do a few drawings. Okay, let's see. And I'm actually even thinking that I might just get the same amount of prizes as there are comments on that video, and like everybody wins a prize, but I'll just say like the next name that I'm taking out of the cup goes to such and such, is for such and such prize, and then I'll take out a name, and anyway, we'll figure it out on Tuesday. So yeah, we were talking about having 2 VIPKID classes. Oh, everybody was saying hello to each other. I love that. And Danny said, hola mis amigas. Hello, my friends. I love our little community. You know, it's nice. I'm finally back. I'm back up to 350 subscribers. I had hit 350 subscribers, which is exciting for me. It's a milestone. And then I lost 2 subscribers for whatever reasons. Who knows? And then I gained a couple more. So now I have 351 subscribers, something like that. So yeah. What was the $6 about? Okay. Somebody said something about $6. Anyway. Okay. Teacher Kelly said that 5:30 tends to book more often than 5. I'm going to start with GoGoKid. I'm going to start opening. Oh, the puppet was $6? Yeah. Okay. My rabbit puppet. It was either 6 or 8. I'm pretty sure it was 6 or $6.50. It's probably 8 with shipping. Okay. All right. What phrases do you want to know in Spanish? I'm going to share with you some phrases for ordering at a Mexican restaurant. Because that is likely the situation where you'll be using Spanish, right? Unless you have something else you want me to teach you. Okay, so Okay, class, what does this phrase mean? Agua sin hielo, por favor. Agua sin hielo. Water? What? The word sin is a word in Spanish? No, this isn't the word sin. Sin means without. Water without hielo. Yellow? No, yellow. Sounds the same. It's spelled different. Yellow is ice in Spanish. It sounds the same as yellow. Did you know that? Por favor, as you know. For favor, please. Water, no ice, please. Water without ice, for favor. Agua sin hielo, por favor. Una caja para llevar. Una caja para llevar. I worked at a Mexican restaurant, and whenever there was a table that they only spoke Spanish, I got that table. Una caja para llevar. So if I was asking you if you would like, oh, sorry, I didn't tell you what it means. Una, a caja, box, para, for, llevar, take. A box, to take, a to-go box. To-go box. Una caja para llevar. So I would say, necesitan una caja para llevar. But so I'm saying, do you need a to-go box? So you could say, una caja para llevar. Por favor. Oye, señorita, una caja para llevar, por favor. ¿Sí? ¿Cuántas necesitas? Creo que necesitaría... I can't talk. Creo que necesitamos 2. Ok, gracias. Una caja para llevar, por favor. A to-go box, please. Una caja para llevar. Caja is box. Para llevar is for to go. No, in English, we say a to-go box, like a box. In Spanish, we say a box for taking. So it's a box for taking with you. It actually makes more sense than a to-go box because the box doesn't have legs to go by itself, right? It's not a box with legs. Doesn't make sense in English. Thanks for... Helen said my accent is on point. Thank you. I struggled very much through learning Spanish. I've been made fun of by learning... I went to Uruguay, South America, Uruguay. I learned their accent. I came back to language school. I got made fun of for having a Uruguayan accent. I relearned the Mexican accent. I married an Ecuadorian. Now I have sort of an Ecuadorian influence in my accent. So I can adjust my way of speaking depending on who I'm talking to. Doesn't mean that I fully understand people from certain countries like the Dominican Republic. They cut off parts of their words. They say, ¿Cómo tú estás? They say, ¿Cómo tú estás? ¿Cómo tú estás? Like, what language are you speaking, people? ¿Cómo tú estás? And they talk like that all the time. That's just the phrase I know from them. The Dominican Republic, don't send me there. I can't speak their Spanish. ¿Cómo tú estás? Oh, let me explain what they're saying. ¿Cómo tú estás? ¿Cómo tú estás? ¿Cómo tú estás? But they talk too fast there. It's just like in English, different parts of the country, we talk different. And the more countries that speak a language, the more variations of the language and the more accents you're going to have. In Uruguay, South America, if you don't know where I'm talking about, It's below Brazil. Uruguay. Can you see? No? Maybe? Yes? Uruguay, where are you? It's between Argentina. Oh, there we go. Uruguay, between Argentina and Brazil. My husband's from Ecuador. Woo! Which is between Colombia and Peru. So we're talking about the smallest countries, smaller countries, right? In Uruguay, they talk very similar to Argentina. They don't say ¿Cómo estás? They use vos instead of tú. So, ¿Cómo andas vos? ¿Cómo andas vos? But they don't say vos. They say, ¿Cómo andas? How you going? How's it going? ¿Cómo andas vos? ¿Cómo andas? ¿Cómo andas vos? ¿Cómo andas? How you doing? How's it going? It's like going to New York or something and they talk totally different. So that can be something frustrating when learning a language, is realizing that some of the basic phrases that you learned from the very beginning are different in a different country. And a few words that are normal in one country are a cuss word in a different country. I have a funny story to share with you guys. I don't personally know the word that was used, but if you're fluent in Spanish, maybe you could figure it out. I went to Rio Grande Bible Institute. It's a big seminary in Spanish with a small missionary language school in it. So it's two schools in one on one campus. A lot of the missionaries were married and lived in the apartments. I was single, so I lived in the dorms with all Spanish-speaking students. Do you understand how I learned the Spanish accent? One semester I had a roommate from Bolivia. One semester I had a roommate from Nicaragua. One semester I had a roommate from Venezuela. And each one of those had their struggles. I actually get along much more with my Ecuadorian husband than I did with my roommates, which it was just cultural differences and communication problems. But we didn't actually have problems, but we weren't like close friends, you know? So I struggled living in the dorms because I'm a social person. So I would sit in the lunchroom for over an hour. I would stay there extra time. I would come early and stay late in the lunchroom because in that lunchroom is where I learned Spanish. The best way to learn Spanish is by listening to it. So my environment was awesome for learning Spanish. I was studying it, doing the homework, and listening to it. And when you're listening to a second language, I realize I'm ignoring the chat box. I will get to that in a minute. When you're surrounding yourself with a foreign language and listening to it all the time, it's like brain exercises. When you're actually listening and soaking it in, it's mentally exhausting. I equate it to like doing super difficult math problems all day long, like taking the ACT, but like all day. So I would get migraines and I would have to take afternoon naps and stuff just from the exhaustion of just listening to Spanish all the time. But it was really good for me. That's the best way to learn language, and we read books about the natural form of learning language is first to listen, then repeat, and then learn to read and write it. A lot of times in school, we're learning it in the wrong order. We're learning to read and write it, and then speak it, and then later listen to it. So it's sort of out of order. But so yeah. So Danny said I should make Spanish tutorials. I'll get views. There's a cool idea. That's a good idea. Interesting. So this is why I don't get frustrated if I have a student who is a parrot. Hello. How are you? I'm fine. It's fine. If I have a student who's a parrot, that means they're learning language. If I have a student who doesn't speak, that means it's my job to get their attention, earn their trust, and get them to start talking. I think I'm a more patient teacher with young children because when I was a child, I was a slow reader and I struggled with learning. And I think that I'm a more patient language teacher because I learned a second language and I struggled with learning that language. I don't know if I would say that I'm talented with languages. I know I'm more talented than some, but I would say that it definitely took perseverance. It definitely took hard work, and it definitely took God's grace and God's help. So, and we paid, and this is an awesome system, we paid a big chunk of our tuition was for having a Spanish tutor. That's right. We had Spanish speaking students on campus, Hispanic students that didn't speak English. They were our tutors, and we would meet with them for 1 hour every day, 5 days a week. And we could talk with them about whatever we wanted to. We could have them help us with our homework. We could have them have conversations with us. We could take them to a coffee shop, but it had to be Spanish when we were talking to them. And if they had people on campus that spoke Spanish and English, they didn't hire them as tutors because they wanted us to just speak Spanish. Just speak Spanish. Just speak Spanish during that hour of tutoring. And that's what we are. If you haven't figured it out yet, VIPKID hired us for our Native American English. And there's actually other companies coming from the Philippines and coming from other countries. And it's about $5 a class for those because the in-demand accent for China is the American accent. So that's why we are blessed with this high-paying job. Anyway, now I'm going to read the chat box. Teacher Danny says, I want to trade with you. I tutor your child in whatever, and you tutor me and my kid in Espanol. My daughter has been working on learning Spanish independently. I'm totally going to have her watch this video. You know what? I can start making some Spanish tutorial videos if you want. So yeah, I love parroting students. They learn so much. So she said, Evelyn, make Spanish tutorials. You'll get views. Okay, let's do it. This is a great idea, Danny. My daughter would definitely watch the videos. Evelyn, what made you decide to go to that school? What made me decide to go to that school, if you want me to be totally honest, I'm a Christian, and when I was 10 years old, I was broken, and I was from a broken family, and I was at a camp, Christian camp, and I cried out to God at the altar. After the chapel service, I decided to pray in a very personal way to God and say, God, I want to know you, not just hear about you. And God really spoke in a personal way to me that was like a thought that was not my own. And he told me, I have great plans for you, and someday you're going to be a missionary. And I was like, come again? What's a missionary? I wasn't even sure what a missionary was at the time. But so I was in public school, and I was bullied a lot. I cried all the time. I was kind of a depressed kid, believe it or not. And just knowing that God loved me and cared about me and had a plan for me, it made it so that when I didn't have any friends or when I got bullied or whatever, I wasn't sad anymore because God loves me and God's my friend, you know? So that was pretty cool. So all that to say, this gave me direction in life. So God directed me to the Bible college I would go to. That's a whole nother story. But I'll talk about it real quick. I was in high school. I was a junior in high school. I didn't really care that much which college I was going to go to yet, but we had to write a paper either comparing and contrasting two careers we'd like to do or two colleges we'd like to go to. And I was like, I already know I want to be a missionary to South America. So, okay, in middle school, we had two languages we could choose as electives, Spanish or French. And I took both, and I got very confused because I was combining and confusing Spanish and English together, and I went on a mission trip with my youth group to Puerto Rico. And it was just cool being able to use some of my Spanish, and we like painted houses and stuff and fixed houses, and that was pretty cool. Give me a second. Sorry, my allergies are like bothering my nose. Okay, so I was a junior in high school, public high school, and we had to write a paper for English class, either comparing and contrasting 2 careers or 2 colleges. And I didn't have a second career to compare because I already knew what I wanted to do. I wanted to go to South America. So I decided, well, now's a better time than ever to research what college I'd like to go to. But I did it half-heartedly. I just decided I'm going to Google search just like Midwest Bible colleges, and then I'm just going to take the information from the top 2 Bible college websites or whatever, take the information from them, write a paper half-heartedly, turn it in, and I got an A. And the day I turned it in, I found out that the second Bible college was closed down, but I still got an A on it. Because I had sent an email to this website because it was missing some of the information that I wanted. And I was like, hey, how many students attend your college? Because I don't see on the website. And they're like, this college is no longer in existence. So then with my youth group, I went to a Christian concert. So the other college was Calvary Bible College. Calvary Bible College, and then some other college that had closed down. So then I went to a David Crowder band concert with my youth group at church, and Calvary Bible College had a radio station, Calvary 88.5, but now it's Life 88.5. It's owned by different people. But so anyway, they Calvary 88.5, the radio station, and Calvary Bible College, they had a table up at the concert, which was at a church. So so at halftime, I went up to the table and I was just like, oh, I just wrote a research paper about them. They said, hey, you should come to our campus preview. And the campus preview was like $20, and you got a free t-shirt, and you got to stay in the dorms for 2 nights, and you got to sit in on the classes and eat in the cafeteria. It was like $20, and you got to see the school play and everything. So it was like a really good deal. So, and it was during my spring break, but it wasn't the school script. It wasn't the Bible college's spring break, but it was like the public school spring break. So it was perfect. So I went, and I fell in love. It was a small Bible college. I came from a huge public school where I didn't really have that many friends, and I visited this small Bible college that was so cool because, like, there were so many people that were there because they loved the Lord, and there was a lot of people that were like missionary kids and stuff like that. So anyway, I got to sit in on the classes, and I loved it. And one of my favorite things was that the professors prayed before every class, and I'm like, oh my goodness, this is like a dream come true for me, a Christian from public school, you know? So I went there, and I started planning my missions internship, and I got in contact with some missionaries, and they said, yeah, you can come, but if you don't speak Spanish, you're not going to be much of a help to the ministry here, just being honest. So I left Bible college 2 years in, and I attended a year of missionary language school. It's a 1-year course. And then I went back to Bible college. Then I went for a summer to Uruguay, South America. And then after I finished Bible college, I went back to the missionary language school, and I took a semester of teaching classes in Spanish in the Spanish Institute. So that was a lot. So anyway, so that's how I learned Spanish, and that's how I went to Bible college. And I met my husband through a Christian dating website. So yeah, that was later on. But yeah, it's amazing how God just kind of like directs us step by step. So God just totally opened the door for VIPKID too. It was just like, we were really in financial need, but I wanted to be a stay-at-home mom. So I asked in a mom's group on Facebook how, what work from home jobs can a stay-at-home mom do? And somebody mentioned VIPKID, and the stars aligned and it just worked out. I mean, it's kind of like when I was trying to be a single missionary, the door just kept closing in my face. I didn't have the money. I didn't have the resources. I didn't end up being able to do it. And I was going to work as a secretary to the president of the missionary language school Bible college thing. I was hired for a week and then I was fired because of living arrangement disagreements. I didn't want to live in a dorm anymore, and they wouldn't let me live in an apartment on campus. And so they just fired me instead of working it out. So I ended up working in an elementary school and getting an apartment within walking distance and meeting my husband online. So it's amazing how God directs in unexplainable ways. But yeah, so yeah, I'll do more Spanish videos in the future, okay? In the meantime, think of phrases and things you'd like me to teach you, right? So yeah, Danny says, I love when things unfold like that. Kim Turner said, I absolutely love how God laid this all out for you. Amazing how you found your path. Hello, everyone. Thanks for sharing your story. I love Crowder, David Crowder. Where was the missionary Spanish school? I went to Rio Grande Bible Institute in McAllen, Texas. So check it out. It's a really good school. Tim Kerner, not Tim Kerner, Kim Turner. Oh, I didn't plan on saying that again. God put VIPKID in my life too. I saw it on the 700 Club, and I never watched that. I am shocked that that was on the 700 Club. That's really cool. My mom was a big watcher and supporter of the 700 Club. I've only seen a couple episodes in my life, but seems like a cool show. Okay, let me scroll up a little bit and see what y'all been talking about. My bad for ignoring you. So yeah. Okay. So I was answering that question about what made me go to that school. Very good. So Heather said that my story sounds exactly like how your daughter feels. That's awesome. Okay, Heather, you know I'll make videos if I do learn. It can't be that hard to do. Oh, videos about... I think I missed something. Sorry, guys. Okay. Yeah. My husband lost his job and was at a loss as to what we were going to do. I completely attribute this to God. I was flipping channels, and so that was Heather. And now Kim said, I was flipping channels and saw the preview for a stay-at-home job. I never watch it. For Kim Turner. I truly appreciate all you teachers. Aw. Okay, so I appreciate VIPKID because I don't know about you guys, but when you Google search stay-at-home jobs, work-from-home jobs, all I got was a bunch of scams trying to steal my personal information. It was website after website, just like there's people over in other countries just having a field day stealing people's information that are just trying to work from home. And so I just basically got signed up for a bunch of like websites that were just going to send me tons of scam ads that I'm not going to give them. I mean, whenever I got on a website and they were like, what's your address? What's your full name? What's this? What's that? What's this? What's that? What's your phone number? What's all my contact information? I'm like, I'm not giving it to you. I just want to search like for a good job. You know what I mean? So what I appreciate about VIPKID is that I was able to talk to someone that actually worked for them that knew it wasn't a scam, and they were able to give me the hookups. And same goes for GoGoKid. If it were not for VIPKID and YouTube and stuff, I wouldn't know, like, I wouldn't know What was I going to say? I wouldn't know that GoGoKid wasn't a scam, and I wouldn't know about it. So also another thing that's an indicator if something's a scam or not is if you Google search it. Okay, there's a few people on the internet, and I Google searched, is VIPKID a scam? And I read, like, just people were complaining about the teaching style. They said, like, oh, for professional ESL teachers, you know, VIPKID wants everybody to clown around and be a clown and use puppets and be silly. And I'm like, that's my personality. I'm cool with that. If they're going to pay me to be a clown, like, I'll be a paid clown. You know, I'm cool with if I can work from home. I'm like, if that's your biggest complaint is that we're a bunch of clowns, like, I'll take it, you know. That's better than saying they scammed people, you know. So Kim Turner said, yes, Evelyn, so many scams out there. I was finishing my master's and hoping to get a teaching job. LOL. Ended up not needing the teaching job because of VIPKID and iTutor. So I want to tell you guys, a friend of mine, she's a first grade teacher and a mom. And I helped her sign up for, well, I didn't help her. She used my referral code, and I gave her tips for choose my referral for VIPKID. And now she's packing up her classroom at the end of the school year, and she's not going back to the classroom. She's going to work full-time, work for VIPKID and try to make enough income because her classroom job was paying the daycare because she had 2 kids in daycare. And so they were just, you know, barely making ends meet. And why be so stressed out as a classroom teacher and just be paying someone else to be watching your kids at daycare when you want to be with your kids? You know what I mean? I am saving so much money by not sending my kids to daycare, and they're growing up at the speed of light, and I don't want to miss this time. You know what I mean? I don't want to miss it. So when they're real little, like, I don't want to, I was working part-time at a daycare, and they weren't letting me work in the same room as my kids. And even on the days that I just worked like 5-6 hours, my kids were crying for me and they were missing me. And it just didn't seem right. It didn't feel right leaving them for just a minimum wage paycheck. So it's so awesome that I can work for VIPKID, make, in my opinion, big bucks for working part-time online and staying home with my kids. And I don't have to pay a daycare. It's amazing. And I have 3 little ones. Can you imagine if I worked a minimum wage job and paid for 3 kids to go to daycare? I'd be in the hole. I'd be in the negative. I had considered, before I ever got married, having a at-home daycare. But my husband's not cool with that, and I'm not really cool with that because I don't want to destroy my home. I don't want to zap all my energy. The reason I say this is my best friend had an at-home daycare, and it just got to be too much, you know? So that's something that I would do if I was desperate for funds. I would have an at-home daycare, but I'm glad that I don't have to do that. You know, it can be just me and my kids for a bit. So yeah, I'm going to read what you guys are saying. Yeah. Danny, yes, unfortunately, private schools don't pay much at all. Yeah, when I've been thinking about working at a private school, it's so that my kids can go for free. But I'm considering homeschooling. We'll see. Kim Turner says, that is why my husband decided to stay home. We didn't want to pay the daycare costs. I worked in a daycare for 2 years while my mom kept my daughter. I was loving this time at home. I used to waitress, Danny said, until I moved here, and servers make $3 an hour here. Ugh. Exactly. I learned French all through elementary school, and the serious way is mandatory in Canada. And ask me if I'm fluent at all. No. Yep, I lost my job at the shelter, Amber says. My director was so mean, and I was trying to find another job at the time. I was so stressed and doing so much work. My church asked me to be the children's director. Is this Amber? Wait, Amber M, is that Amber? Are you friends with me on Facebook? Okay. And Danny says, "Oh no, Kim, you took care of other kids while you were apart from yours." Yep. And got job online teaching. Very good. I trusted teacher Danny and teacher Olivia. At-home daycares run the risk of parents not picking them up. Parents don't want to pick them up at regular daycares either. I'm homeschooling my kids. Yeah. And the thing is, I don't want to be the one forcing someone to pay me. My kids are crying. Okay. Bye, guys. My son's crying. I don't know what happened. I'm going to go check on him. It's been a lovely chat. Bye. Oh, it's a different Amber. That's okay. Bye, guys.